if you've ever been stuck emotionally, like your body is holding on to something that you can't quite name, this video is for you. Today, we're diving into the powerful connection between emotional repression, energetic suppression, and how cellular detoxification can help you release and reset from the inside out. Let's get into it. All right, start with this. Every emotion that you have has a frequency, and your body stores what the mind represses. And especially when we don't have the tools to process what we're repressing, or the traumas that we create, the grief that we create, or even the everyday stress that we have to endure and deal with. When these emotional energies get buried deep within your own body, they don't actually disappear. They just hide in your cells. So your cells basically take on the form of whatever you associated that event in your life with. This leads to problems in our tissues, our lymph, our organs, like our liver and our gut over time. And over time, this leads to physical stagnation, disease, fatigue, and you're just feeling disconnected from intuition and just not having joy. Now, here's the empowering part though. Okay. Your body knows how to heal. It already has the capacity to do that. It just needs the right environment. Now, that's where you come in. If you're a tree, a plant, fruit plant, a rose, any type of beautiful plant, beautiful flower, and you're living in a concrete freeway intersection, no water comes to you, it's blocked by sunlight, there's cars driving all day, nothing but noise pollution left and right, what kind of fruit are you going to bear? Is it going to be nice, harmonious, sweet, great tasting, vibrant, beautiful, energized? Probably not. And usually people have this problem, but they don't actually look at their day-to-day life and say, I think I'm in the wrong environment. It's a question that you got to ask yourself. Am I in the right environment? Like, you sit there and ask yourself in the mirror, am I actually in the right environment that's going to be conducive to my growth? Or am I in a place that when I walk in through the door makes me feel small and not expansive? Now listen, this is the issue that many people have at this day and age, is they blame the outside door. They blame the door they walk into and they say, this place of business is causing me to feel suppressed. This place of business is causing me to feel small. It's the people's fault. They're making me feel this way. Nobody actually looks within and says, maybe I'm making me feel this way. So listen, there's a difference between, obviously, suppression and repression. And let's talk to you about both. The difference between repression and suppression is actually quite simple. Both of them are psychological defense mechanisms that your mind uses to manage unwanted thoughts, emotions, memories. And while the terms are used interchangeably, they refer to a different way of managing uncomfortable situations in your body, basically uncomfortable emotions. So, quite simply, repression typically involves the unconscious exclusion of stress-causing thoughts and memories from your consciousness and awareness. This is basically like your ANS system, your autonomic nervous system, blocking the things that it thinks are going to cause you harm. So basically, in a case of suppression, In contrast, this can be seen as a conscious effort. You do know that you're deliberately trying to avoid these thoughts and emotions. And so both of them typically aim to protect an individual because you're trying to do this to protect yourself from psychological stress. But repression tends to have more significant consequences on your mental health. This is where you see people smoke, people create addictions like workaholics. It's because they're repressing it unconsciously through the autonomic nervous system. The people that don't breathe, the people that have these panic attacks, the individuals that have anxiety and depression and all these types of things. It just leads to intense psychological stress in the long run because you're blocking something from coming out internally. You don't know that you're doing it consciously. And so essentially, you just blow yourself up from the inside out. So listen, what is cellular detoxing and how do you actually clear the pathways of energy so that you can stop the repression and the suppression from distorting your energy field? Okay, look, it's not just about cleansing your lymphatic system and, with quick cleanses and fasting, and that's not actually all this is. You need an actual formula, like a recipe for success when it comes to this. So you're clearing the pathways of your lymphatic system, your colon, your liver, your blood, because you must cleanse your blood, because the blood is actually the spirit. That's where the spirit travels inside your body. It travels in your body amongst your blood. So your body can finally release what's been holding on to. If you can understand that you have to allow the river of water, which is the memories and the thoughts, the feelings, the emotions made in chemicals dispersed all throughout your blood. When your body can finally release what's been holding on to physically and energetically, this is clearing the pathways of flow. So now you can communicate from yourself to yourself. So you need to have a system, like whole plant foods, movement, breath work, but mainly you just need to rest. Let me tell you, one of the things that I have noticed in this whole adventure of mine in helping people to heal themselves, that people don't go to sleep. They don't turn their minds off. Because you can't turn your mind off, but they don't disconnect from it. They have so much going on inside their mind. They say, I can't go to sleep, because my mind is racing. And let me just tell you how simplistic this is and how complicated people make their life. You have to liberate your cells, free your cells from trapped emotional imprints and suppressed patterns. You have to let them go because they've been held hostage, like they have handcuffs on them, because you're the one that's caused this. And as you clean your body, your energy shifts. Repressed emotions come to your surface, not to harm you, but to be seen, to be felt, and to finally be let go. You have to do all of it. So, what plant foods do you eat? What herbs do you take? What movement do you do? What breath work do you do? And how do you actually go to sleep? I'll give you guys a simple protocol that follows the circadian clock. I get up at 4:30 in the morning. I prefer to meditate simply for about maybe an hour to an hour and a half. And once I get done, I immediately start journaling my present day as my new self. Like I'm telling a story of my new self, and I'm writing the story as it goes. Because what I come to realize is that my day to day was created many days, many months, many years ago. So what you do today decides tomorrow. So I write out the story as I am the actor or the actress. I'm the producer, I'm the audience, I'm the hero, I'm the villain, I'm everything. It's all me. So I can write it however I want. And what happens is that I'm writing the movie script for the movie of my life. What you do when you take whole plant foods, you focus on fruits and you eat it in the order that I'm going to tell you. High energizing fruits, water fruits, grapes, apples, oranges, citrus, anything that is essentially a cleanser. Fruits by nature are the cleansers. Vegetables, raw vegetables, are the builders of your body. So you'll see that fruits are the cleanser when they come into your body. Grapes are more powerful in terms of pulling out mucus and inflammation and things like that, simply because of sacred geometry. You look at the grape itself, it's in the shape of a sphere. Some grapes, not all of them, but some grapes are in the shape of a sphere. And when you see that spherical pattern, you realize that that's probably one of the most powerful sacred geometrical shapes inside this actual universe. That's one of the 5 platonics that you're going to see. You're going to have the cube of the earth, which is actually going to be shaped to a sphere. That's how you can measure a sphere. You measure it by a cube. You also have not only the sphere, but you have a triangle, tetrahedron of fire. When you see the whole plant foods that you can take in, preferably fruits and seasonal fruits, the plants that you also take in are going to make a whole world of difference in building your body back up. Herbs especially. So think of cleansing herbs like burdock root and yellow dock and let's see, what else is a good? Hyssop, one of my favorite, hyssop. Also, my Awakening and Replenish formula that I have 25 herbal, 25 herbal. My Awakening and Replenish formula that has 25 alkalizing herbs inside of it. My Awakening and Replenish formula that has 17 alkalizing herbs inside of it, just to be able to cleanse your gut and also reseed your gut microbiome. When you start to look at how simplistic the information that comes in through these herbs and what it does for your body is it has a direct effect on the systems that your body is running and using. The movement that you do has to be a range of motion, increasing movement. And the reason for that is because it's almost like you have a vehicle that's making a U-turn, but the range of motion is so limited, you have to keep on driving, backing up, driving, backing up, driving, backing up. You don't have a free-flowing movement in your body. So preferably early in the morning, you want to get yourself moving with a simplistic way of calisthenics. Grab a kettlebell, a dumbbell, a slant board. To start to move your body in ways that stretches and elongates your limbs and powers up your connective tissue. Once you get that done, rather than breath work, I tell people to just walk or run. Because when you're actually raising your heart rate a little bit, you're making yourself just a little bit uncomfortable, but to be more comfortable. So if you're overweight, you're just carrying too much fat. And what you need to do is you need to breathe it out. How you get rid of fat is through your breath. So you need to combine the oxygen with the hydrogen already stored inside your body. And that then creates the carbon dioxide and then the water, which is then released as the fat. 84% of that carbon dioxide and hydrogen mixture is dished out through your breath. And then 16% of it is dished out through water. So once you really start to look at what's going on when you do this process, you'll begin to have these memories that float back up into your head. And then you can do what you want to do with these memories that come up. But I suggest you start with the word forgiveness. So, as you clean your body again, your energy starts to shift. Repressed emotions come to the surface, not to harm you, okay? It's not to harm you, but it's to be seen, it's to be felt, and finally be let go. So here's some signs. Here's some signs. I want you to look at these different ways of seeing your suppression and your repression starting to dissipate and dissolve. You'll detox physically, for sure. You'll be sweating it out. You'll be breathing it out, obviously, if you're doing movement, exercise of any kind. But emotionally, these random waves of like grief or anger that aren't even from the present, they start to pop up. You just get mad for, you may think it's no reason, but that is the reason. You just start to start having these thought processes coming up. And then at nighttime, you have like intense dreams, like these dreams, like everything is ending and it's intense. You might be walking down the street, going to the coffee shop and start crying for no reason. You might just start tearing up for no reason at all. Just getting everything out, tearing up, bawling. And you'll realize you feel more light and more intuitive after you're releasing. It's like a sacred purging. It's your body returning to its truth of who you really are. You're beginning to remember again who you really are. That's the joy in this. So those are just a few signs, but those are probably the main signs. You know, I'm sure there's things too where you walk into places that you've been before and you had a different experience back then. Maybe it was a place where you felt awful. Maybe it was a place where you were so afraid, but now that you're walking in there now as a new person that you are now, you don't feel that same connection or that same draw, the same energy strain. You might meet somebody who you maybe had bad encounters with, but now you don't have the same emotional reaction or response to that person because of the detoxing cellularly that you've done at this level. It's almost as if you've hit a free format button to your hard drive. You're formatting your hard drive. So now all of a sudden you're erasing your memory, but not really. You're erasing your response to the memory. The memory is still there, but you're erasing your responses to it. So now you can associate something different and attach something different to that memory that you have. So let's tell you how to start detoxing. First thing, you have to figure out how to connect to your body's innate wisdom. How do you do this? There's a process. Then this process is called the Alkalign Lifestyle. But I'm going to describe it for you in a simple way. First thing you gotta do is hydrate yourself. Realize that Jesus is living water. Christ is the Christ consciousness that comes through the oil that goes at the base of your spine to the top of your head. No, it's not Jesus, some white guy that looks like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo with blue eyes and some long hair. That's not it. That was what somebody drew as a depiction of what they wanted Jesus to look like. But all Jesus is a representation of the divine. Anyone's a representation of the divine because we're all representation of the divine. We just have to know who we are. So, Jesus is the living water. Christ is the oil. When you see the combination of the water and the oil mixing, that is the caduceus that you see in pretty much every medical terminology handbook. Is the intertwining of the two snakes that go all the way up and they combine at the base of your head. What this really is your left and right hemispheres of your brain. Positive and negative, feminine, masculine, whatever you want to call it, how you want to call it. It's just opposites. They're always doing this, trying to look at each other. So they're always looking at the back of each other. This may be positive, then it may be negative, then it may be positive, then it may be negative. But if you don't have this fluctuation, you don't have any life. You just have this flat line, meaning you're dead. So welcome it. You first start with hydration. We use negative ORP water at the Alkalign Lifestyle Institute. And what we do is we teach you to find negative oxidation reduction potential water, meaning you want water that's antioxidizing, that fills you up with negative electrons. And what this does is it powers you up from the inside out. So negative ORP water, you can look at freshpure.com. That's probably the main dispensary in this country I know that you can go to, or you can just go get a Kangen water machine. Just order a Kangen machine. Their ORP is above negative 600, and freshpure.com, the Fresh Pure dispensary is above, I think it's negative 219. So still very, very good. Most tap water, for instance, is 300, plus 300. So that water dehydrates you. It does not hydrate you. 2, nourish with raw and cooked alkaline plant food. Just eat plants. It's great. You have so many different things to choose from. You have mushrooms, you have legumes, you have nuts that you can give you BCAAs. You have different sauces, all types of things that you can make. You can make anything with plants. Don't think that you can't, because you can make anything with plants. And plants are literally shaped like the organs, and they have the same colors and frequencies through vibration as what you need to replace whatever and replenish whatever you need. And that's where you get the cell mineral cell salts from. You get them from the food. So you unlock it from the food, and preferably you want to get it through these raw fruits and raw vegetables. So raw and cooked alkaline plant foods and some raw fruits. And always eat your fruits first. Your fruits should be consumed half an hour to an hour before you consume anything else, because it sets up your digestion. It's there to set up the setting of the digestion inside your stomach. That's why you eat your fruits first. Do not eat it afterwards, or it will begin to ferment. You'll start to feel sick, and you're going to blame the fruit for that, but it's not the fruit's fault. It's your fault. You ate it out of order. Fruits first, vegetables afterwards. Eliminate mucus-forming foods like dairy, processed sugar, and refined grains. Fruit has sugar. It's not processed sugar. It's natural sugar. So you can eat fruit. Processed sugar that has like cane sugar or melted high fructose corn syrup and dairy food and refined grain, that's not what you want. It's been extracted of all the things that you need to actually give yourself some nutrients, some vitamins, and some vital things that you need for your body to thrive. So eliminate those mucus-forming foods from your diet in its entirety. Move your lymph. You can do dry brushing, you can do rebounding, just do daily walks, but I just go get a jump rope. When you were a child, you can jump rope. You was moving lymph all over the place. Go get a jump rope. Jump rope, 5 minutes, 500 jumps, 5 minutes. So it's not hard. Jump rope, it works. Use herbs to support your organs of elimination. So like dandelion root, that's a good one. Burdock root, that's also a great one. Those two are actually part of my Awaken and Replenish formula. The hiss of, like I said earlier, ginger, which is really, really good. Turmeric, it's good too. And rest yourself, let your nervous system repair. So go to bed on time. Cut your phone time at about 7 o'clock and just start to unwind. Read a book, start to watch, maybe a light show, like a show that's like educational, not something that's gonna drama-filled stuff that's causing you to go fight and talk crazy. No, turn it off. That's not it. And another thing I think is really good is to journal. Just do some breathing, just relax and journal. Write some things down about your day. Reflect on your day. That's a great thing for you to do. Physical detox is the doorway for you to do it. So it's not about perfection. It's just reconnecting with yourself. This is how you're gonna get rid of the repression and the suppression. You also gotta sit with what's coming up. So that's why you have to journal it. So, you do these processes, you play some solfeggio sound frequencies in the background. Binaural beats is great to play inside your headphones while you're doing this. And emotional suppression, yes, it usually starts inside your childhood. So be as gentle with yourself as possible, but also realize that it is your fault. It's not anybody else's fault. The way you saw it was the way you saw it. And just realize that people didn't do it on purpose. They were just treating you however they were treating you because that's how you were treating you. You didn't know how else to treat you. That's what you were taught. So know that you're worthy of the release. You're worthy of the lightness, because you are. But really, the easiest way for me to tell you how to do this detoxification process is to sit with whatever's coming up inside of you. Change the lifestyle that you've been living. Start early. Just find a template. Start to program your entire day. Start to program your entire hours. Don't waste any more of your time. Your time is valuable here. And realize that first, that you're providing the value for everything that you do. It's on you, it's based on you. So repression, unconscious, autonomic nervous system. Suppression, I'm conscious. I'm doing it on purpose. I don't want anybody to see me. I'm wearing a mask. Both of them require you to dig within so that you can take that mask and that veil and unveil yourself, who you really are. Becoming authentic is the key. Becoming vulnerable to, yes, you might get hurt physically. Yes, you might get hurt emotionally. So what? It doesn't matter. You need to either become light, or you're going to be sitting there heavy, anchored into your current present moment and your current self, and you'll never be able to move forward. So make the decision to move forward. And you don't know what else to do. If the video resonated with you in any way, shape, or form, I want you to like, I want you to share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe to our channel for more high vibrational healing content. If you're ready to go deeper into cellular detoxification, check out in the description below my 90-day Awaken and Replenish Cellular Detox Program. And until next time, honor your body, trust the process, and remember, the wisdom to heal you is already within you. Until next time, peace.